Hi, Lynton here. Welcome to Sketch and Tell. I'd like to share with you a problem that I have. It comes in the shape of a cup. In fact, it's a coffee cup, and I have to admit that I do enjoy drinking my cups of coffee. I drink it while I'm reading, I drink it while I'm painting. There are sometimes people have asked me when I'm showing a particular painting that is going to be hung on a wall, or I'm doing it for commission, they'll say, how long did that painting take? My response is, well, that painting took 3 cups of coffee, that one took 8 cups of coffee, that one I gave up counting. But for anyone who drinks coffee, you'll know that there is an inherent danger, a danger of mess-ups or spills. As you know, that it's just the Murphy's Law, or the law of gravity, or whatever it is, that whatever is inside the cup, no matter how careful you are, some of it is going to end up dribbling over, spilling over. And it's the reason why most cups of coffee should be placed on a saucer, but I very rarely do that. And without thinking, I will place my mug down onto a table and look down and see that I have placed it onto some art paper, or some drawings, or an art book that I have really tried to keep pristine. And when I see the mess up, which usually looks like this, the underneath of the rim of the cup, I start really getting quite cross with myself. And it gets even worse if I put the cup down with a bit of a jolt and you get some splash over and the coffee spreads out like that. That is what I call a mess up. But I've learned to not beat up on myself and not to get too upset, because I remember a gallery that I went to where there was an exhibition of some small works of art all around the walls. As I walked around, I was impressed how detailed and creative these works of art were, and they ranged from cityscapes to seascapes to nature scenes to faces to just detailed kind of drawings where you think this person has gone to a very different planet than we're living on, but it looks really good. And then I read where they came from and who did them. And they came from a person called Victor Hugo. Now, Victor Hugo was a very famous French poet and novelist. He's known for his classic works of Les Miserables, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. But he was also a coffee drinker, and he also made many, many mess-ups. But what he would do, instead of scrunching up those writing papers that he had messed up and throwing them in the bin, he would take some sepia ink and he would start to play around with that mess-up. And every one of those creative works of art in that room began with a mess-up, a coffee stain, and he had transformed it into a beautiful, amazing, wondrous work of art. And as I thought about that, and I'm still learning to apply this to myself, but I thought about the power of creativity, to embrace mess-ups, things that have gone wrong, things that are even perhaps out of our control, and to grow from them, to learn from them, and to even be able to transform them into something much, much better. And as we are approaching this Easter period, I was thinking of that great transformation where God, through Jesus, embraced the worst of humankind, the worst of myself, and created something good out of bad. Easter reminds us that because of that horrible mess-up, what looked like at first an injustice, the crucifixion of an innocent man, God was able to give and provide forgiveness and peace, to give us a whole new sense and an understanding of deep love and the possibility of a new life. Before I go, I'd like you to have a look at this coffee stain mess up here. And I'm hoping over this Easter break that you might try a few exercises of creativity with some paper create a bit of a, whether it's a coffee stain or just put some random marks on the paper, and to start looking at it and ask yourself, what could I turn this into? Turn it around, look at it in different angles. Could we turn that into a flying meteorite? Could we turn it into a vase with some flowers coming out? Could we turn it into a stone dropping into a pond with ripples moving outwards? Could we turn it into, and this is what I thought, I was looking at the circle, and we'll just put a couple of lines here, turn this into that, and I have my chook or my rooster. But that's not the only way. There are 1,000 different creative possibilities from that one mess up. This Easter, may you know the incredible love and creativity of God in your life as you face challenges, perhaps today or this week or into the future.